Hi there, Kenzie here. In this video, I'll show you how I made the lining for the fanny pack. Alright, so here's my zipper. It's not for the whole length, but that will do because it doesn't have to open till the end. I think it's maybe 7 or 8 inches, that zipper. But of course, you measure for your own bag. If your bag turns out smaller, you might need a smaller zipper. If it's much bigger, you might need a bigger zipper. But this will do good for me. Alright, so here is my lining. Here is my bag. Let me get my camera a little bit higher. There it is. So here is my bag. And of course, let's center it on top. So the top will be my opening anyway. So I will go with a pen or a pencil. And I will trace my bag. Starting from here, from the corner, I will roughly trace the bag, because since I'm going a little bit outside, I do leave like half an inch for sewing. So let's go this way, and there it is. So pretty much my size will end up here. I do have a cut, so I'll go up till the cut, and I'll start from this corner here, and this look is gonna be my longest part. All right, so I'll fold from here to here, from that cut, that I'll make this cut a little bit deeper so I know where I'm starting from. So I will grab my sides from here to here and fold them. Since I want my lining to be symmetric, I will fold it and I will follow only half of the line up to here. Since both sides will be exactly the same, if I did not trace correctly, then I'll have a difference here. So that's why I just want to use half of the side to trace my work. And even though it's not exactly a straight line on top, I will use it as a straight line, because it doesn't really matter when I cut it, when I'm done with it. So I'll start with the lowest point of my line that I drew here, and I'll just go in like a moon shape, and I'll go all the way to that corner. And there it is. This is the lining for my little bum bag. All right, so here it is how I traced it, and that's all good. Now I will go on my sewing machine or with a needle and a thread. Let me show you how you can do it. Let me grab my needle. All right, I grabbed some embroidery floss because it's a little bit thicker to show it better, and I think it will. I don't do contrasting colors, pink and green, but they still look too bright. All right, so I made a little knot here. And when you start sewing, just on the back side, in about 1/4 of an inch from the edge, you just put your needle through your fabric and just bring it out. And then going backwards from where your yarn is coming from, you go backwards behind the thread, and then you come in front of the thread back, and then you pull your needle through, and this is your first stitch. So you have a stitch, a space, and then you go back into that stitch again behind your thread. You go in, and then you come out before the thread. So you're going from right to left if you're right-handed, and that's how you do your back stitches here, and imitates a sewing machine stitching. So this is how it goes, and then this is how it looks on the back, and it doesn't create any holes. So when you open and when you do little tight stitches, they do not come apart and they do not pull. So this is one way to go with your with hand sewing if you don't have a sewing machine. But if you do have a sewing machine, and if you want to take it apart, you just take your needle out and you pull your stitches and they'll just come out. And there it is. So I'll be using a sewing machine here. There now. So we have to find the middle of this piece here, and we don't have to measure. So you fold your piece in two, and here is your middle, and you can grab a pencil to mark it or a little pin. Let's see, where is my pen? There it is. So here is my middle, because I want to put my zipper in the middle as well. So I'll fold my zipper here, and here I put a little dot, and here is the front of the dot. So I want to line them in the middle, so you have the zipper upside down. So the zipper, the place where we open, is on the table. So we want the zipper upside down, and we want to mark the back sides for our middles. And now we will put the front side also facing downwards. And now we will meet those middles here, and we will pin them, because this is the place where we're going to be sewing together. Okay. And then when you open that side, we're going to be looking inside our back, and we'll be looking at the pretty side. So we'll get the other piece, and we also have the middle here, and we also have the middle on the fabric. So we will also match them in the middle, and then we'll put our next set of pins here. All right. Now grab one more pin. There it is. So now imagine the situation. We are here. This is inside the bag, right? Our zipper is. So our bag is like that. These sides are not showing because we'll sew them here. And then when you open your zipper, this is what we see. And that's how we want it. All right. So before you go and sew around your fabric around here and around here, make sure that your zipper on these sides is sewn together. So here we have to do it by hand, or at least I do it by hand to be more secure. So I got a little bit of just any color, and it's gonna be a tiny bit of a couple of stitches, not much. There, I'll just hold them together from the back so it will show much, and just put few stitches. It just makes your life easier. Alright, so that's it. And that same thing over here. It's just so easy. Alright, and now we'll go all around here, all around on the top. Alright, so here is my lining. It's not perfect at all. It's quite amateurish. I'm not a professional, but I think for the purpose, it will work. And since it's gonna be inside anyway, who cares how it looks like? However, my zipper is on top, and when I open my bag, I'll see the pretty side. Do you know what I missed though? I could have put a pocket in it. Oh yeah, next time I can go crazy. Can put like a couple of pockets, but oh well, live and learn. Alright, so now I can go ahead and my insert will be here ready to go. And even if it's bunched up, that's okay, since it's not gonna be visible, but I can still have a very good access to all the little corners here. And since my zipper does not extend all the way up to the side, I will just go ahead and I'll sew my sides actually here together. I'll have this piece sewn on this side and then on this side as well. So now we have to center again the insert or the lining. So I'll go ahead and fold my bag in half. So here somewhere is my middle there. So I will go and use my middle markings again to center my zipper. So if I did the math right and if I did the sewing correctly, then I should have almost the same space between the end of this edge and from here to here. So it's about 3 fingers. All right, I think I'm good. Yeah, it's centered pretty well. And of course, it doesn't have to be perfect, and it cannot be perfect in any way. It's a very unique, since it's all handmade. All right, so here I'll go ahead and you can decide how further inside you can sew your edge here. And if you decide, you can even sew your zipper this way if you want to. If you want to do it this way, that's okay too. If you want to do it this way, it's okay too. So depends how you want your zipper to be positioned. And I think I'll go like that, making sure I do not go too much till the edge of the zipper so I have space to close it. Alright, so this was my middle, this was my middle. I'll go under my yellow edge here. I'll keep my zipper under the yellow so I can pin it. So just pick a guide to guide you where you'll have your lining. So there will go, the edge of my zipper will go here. And now I can flip over my bag and do the same thing on the other side. I'll fold my zipper down and keeping it under the yellow edge here, the yellow ridge, I will pin my zipper and I'll meet you when I'm done. Okay, so I pinned now my lining to my bag and I grab a color the closest to my main color. So I'll go with purple because I had purple. And I think it will be okay because it's not going to be visible. I'll be aiming to sew the purple color here. Even though I use the yellow as a guide, I'll go a little bit lower. So I'll be sewing purple to purple. And I got my sewing needle. You might be able to use a sewing machine, but I don't know why it's quite fiddly here. I don't think I can do it. Maybe for that main line you can use a sewing machine, but you still need to work the edges by hand anyway, so I'll just do it by hand. And this is my chicken with all my pins, and there it is. So I'll make a knot at the end and I'll use my thread double to make it more secure. So do it the old-fashioned way. Put some saliva on your finger, twist it, and going around your finger like this and having them crisscross each other, the ends, twist them together, and the end goes into the loop by itself. And when you pull it, you have a little loop there. Not very pretty, but it works. So you do it one more time. You put some saliva on your finger. You go and twist it around your finger one time and then you roll it. Roll till the end goes into itself. And it's not really pretty, but it works. So there you go. I did it 3 times for a substantial, huge, big knot, which I will hide anyway. So let's see which side I will start. Maybe I can start from here. So, well, now that we have that ugly knot there, we still have to hide it, right? So you go inside. That side is going to be staying inside. So go into your zipper and make sure that knot there is secured. So with all the things going on there, we want to make sure that knot is secure there. And now we can start sewing without being afraid of anything. All right, so I'll put my needle through and I grabbed some of my yarn and I went inside the zipper. Now I'm inside the lining, inside the bag. So I'll do back stitches. I'll go behind my yarn, behind the thread that's coming up. I'll go behind the zipper and I'll grab a little bit of yarn, just like that. And now I will go and I'll go in front of my yarn, of my thread where it was coming from, in the zipper. And I'll do some back stitching there. All right. So I'll go again behind the thread. I'll grab some yarn going through the zipper. I'll come up from the yarn. I'll go inside the zipper again. But this one I'll move forward. And I will make another back stitch there. All right, so I can remove that pin because it's in my way. And since I know what I'll be following as a guide, I know that the top of my zipper is following the yellow color, but I'm actually working in that purple below it. And in the front, nobody can tell anything, all the mess I'm creating on the back. So stay under the zipper, do not go too close because you want your zipper still to move freely. So if you test it, it's still there. So your zipper is fine. All right, so that video is getting quite long. I might separate those pieces. And in the meantime, comment, please comment and tell me what do you think of that method of doing? Will you try it? Is it like too complicated? Is it maybe like too easy and not that professional? But I don't think anybody can tell once you're done and your keys are not falling through the holes. So I think it will have served its purpose. All right. And of course, if you have a professional seamstress to help you with that and you make them really well, professionally finished with an lining, I think they'll sell really, really, they'll have at least a commercial form, or they'll be very good too. Maybe you can ask more for that. All right, so I'm still grabbing yarn. I'm still going to the front. And since I used the same color of my zipper for my thread, I cannot even tell where are my stitches. And I'm sticking to the purple only. At first I thought I'll go into the lining, but then what if I do not make a very pretty line? But if you think that you can make really nice back stitching there, you can definitely go into the lining. Or if you have the same color lining, that will keep it up. Alright, I'll remove this pin too. And I will go till the end and I'll move to the other side. And when I get to the sides over here, I'll just grab some yarn and I'll sew them together. Alright, I'll meet you right here when I'm done. So I came till the end and I'll move now to the other side of the zipper. So I'll just go there. So there, I have some extra thread left over here on my needle. So I'll just go and I'll sew those sides closer together so I can hide the end of my zipper and that end of my lining there. So I'll just grab a little bit from one side, a little bit from the other side. Oops. And then here it is. I'm not gonna go too much till the end because I still want to attach my strap over here. But this will give me a nice little finish here. And I'll do the same thing on the other side. You can either do it with your yarn or with some leftover thread you have. So there it is. Let's do one more knot. And then I'll go like somewhere inside and I'll come out. And then there it is. This side is ready. Here up to my zipper. Here is my zipper. Already working. I'll use this thread so it doesn't go to waste here. And I'll close this gap as well. And this will be it for this step. So I'll go through the zipper so my knot stays secure there. Otherwise, through the yarn, it might get loose there. All right, now, so it's time to make that strap and we'll be all set.